There are many more, particularly in the last 10 years.
My family are a part of it, so it's
exactly.
just like
Let me speak. Recent immigration is people choosing to come to this country.
I would argue
for financial reasons.
The debate over deporting foreign criminals is fueling intense discussions across Britain. Should those who break the law be sent back to their home countries without exception? Or is such a policy an overly harsh and inhumane response that disregards the complexities of immigration? Opinions are deeply divided as tensions rise in this heated showdown, with passionate voices clashing over this explosive issue. Is it a matter of common sense or outright cruelty? Watch as tempers flare, accusations fly, and the arguments grow more intense than ever. In today's video, we'll watch and react to this, and also cover some of the latest news from across Britain. But first, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Have a watch.
Number one, we elect a government, British governments, to look after British people. So actually, the welfare of British people is more important to me than the welfare of people overseas, because that's who we elect our governments to protect. I think that the problem with a case-by-case situation we have now is it encourages endless appeals, and it goes on and on. The longer somebody stays, they may get a girlfriend, they may have a baby. It makes it complicated. I do think that it's a privilege to come to the UK. It's a privilege to be welcomed here and to make a life here. And if you commit a crime, I think that you've violated that great privilege you've been given. So I think the default should be, I think there should be allowed appeals, but I think the default should be if you commit a crime of a certain level above, a violent crime, for example, drug dealing would be another one, I don't know what the list would be, that, yeah, you should be deported. The problem comes when some countries don't want to take criminals back, and other people, human rights...
Sorry.
Human rights are used as a reason. To say, I can't be deported because I have a family here, well, they can go with you.
Okay, but
one easy fix is to let's take those prisoners who aren't British and send them back to where they come from. And then you've solved the problem of the lack of space. No, you're laughing. It's a perfectly normal and kind of sort of common sense way to do things.
It's such a righteous, problematic view to have, that you believe every country that has people leaving here for economic migrant is now, it needs aid. And the reality is that, like, British people have this thing of, like, whenever people come and you don't like something, it's kick them out. They cost too much, kick them out, send them home. It's just like, it's such a grotesque way to look at a human life. And in reality, when British people go to other countries, they act significantly as bad, if not worse, than any migrants that come here. So the reality is that actually look at yourself and your own behaviour and your own travel, and how you conduct yourself.
Let's turn this on.
You are in a situation where we are paying to house foreign nationals in British prisons. There doesn't seem to me to be a good argument when money is tight for why we are doing that.
For me, there's just a darkness where you invite people over to this country to
But often we didn't invite them over.
I invite them into this country to participate and to do all the jobs that you don't want to do. But then if you do anything that they don't like, it's like, get out of our country, and they're completely shunning them in society and acting as if you're hiding off. No, but as I said before, when we talk about policing minoritized communities, it's not as straightforward as he committed a crime. You can handpick particular stories of obvious crimes that have been done, but the consequence of policing everybody in that way is absolutely going to be significantly worse than it helps anything. So but you keep driving people out of this country, but there's still a massive, massive employment gap in this country, and the wages don't live up to what it is that people actually should be paid equitably for.
So you're saying people should be able to commit crime because they're not paid enough when they come to this country?
You can simplify it all you want, but you have shown yourself. That is just a horrible thing to say.
I've shown myself as what?
It's disgusting.
I've shown myself as... No, hang on. I've shown myself as what?
That's absolutely disgusting.
Say the word you want to say.
People, what word am I trying to say?
You're accusing me of racism.
I said exactly what I meant. No, I told you exactly. I said it's disgusting. And I'm allowed to say that.
Disgusting?
I heard
what
you.
Specific bit
you can't speak. Why are you're speaking about people who have come here as economic migrants or refugees?
Their choice.
And you're speaking about them as they're disposable. It's just like, oh, whenever we don't like them, we send them back somewhere. That's disgusting rhetoric. You can't say that.
If somebody comes to the UK for their choice, they don't. Hang on. They don't come here out of great humanitarian desire to better this country. They come here for themselves, to better their own lives, to send money home to their own families. If they then, for commit a crime, then they have no right to stay.
Oh,
there
no,
are
you have the
people
fast word on
there
that.
are people who have come here at our invitation, but there are many more, particularly in the
family
last
are
10
a
years.
part of it, so it's just like
exactly.
there's
But
this, it's trying to be dismissive.
let me speak. Recent immigration is people choosing to come to this country.
I would argue
for financial reasons.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In other news, Conor McGregor has made headlines with a high-profile visit to the White House, delivering a passionate message to the 40 million Irish Americans about the dramatic and rapid changes happening in Ireland due to mass immigration. Never one to hold back, the MMA superstar and proud Irishman is using his platform to raise awareness about an issue he believes is reshaping his homeland beyond recognition. In recent years, Ireland has seen an unprecedented influx of non-European migrants, with entire communities feeling the strain of government policies that have prioritized mass immigration over national identity and local stability. McGregor's warning to Irish Americans is clear. The Ireland their ancestors left behind, the Ireland many still hold dear, is changing at an alarming rate. And it's not just Ireland. Nations like Portugal, Cyprus, and Malta are also experiencing a demographic shift faster than many had ever imagined. During his visit, McGregor emphasized that this isn't just about numbers or economic impact. It's about the very fabric of Irish society, its culture, its traditions, and the future of its people. He urged Irish Americans to take notice and speak out before it's too late, warning that Ireland's identity could be at risk unless action is taken. His speech at the White House is sure to spark controversy, as he joins a growing chorus of voices raising concerns over immigration policies that have rapidly transformed some of Europe's smaller nations in just a few short years. Take a look at this.
There's no hotels anymore. They're all taken over, they're all being trafficking hubs. So,
Yeah.
Americans stay here.
Yeah.
Americans stay here.
Definitely.
Hey, Connor.
Oh. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
Hey, Connor, first of all, did you get into some time with President Trump? And also, I know there's some Irish immigrants in the U.S. without status. What do you think should happen to them?
The Irish
There's
immigrants.
some recent Irish immigrants without status.
Wait, are we taking questions?
Taking over the podium.
Ireland and America, we are siblings. We consider America our big sibling. So it's important for Ireland to have be a peaceful, happy, prosperous country for the 40 million Irish Americans to have a place to visit, to come back to their home. So we wish for our relationship with the United States to continue, and we wish to be taken care of by the big bro. You know, the United States should look after its little bro, and that's how we feel with
How about
Ireland
the
and
trade?
America.
What about, there's some trade disputes between the U.S. and the EU, and how do you think?
We wish exemption. Ireland wish exemption.
We actually have some stuff that we
I
have
will
to
say,
do right now. Appreciate it.
Connor is here to meet with the president. He'll be meeting with him later this afternoon. We couldn't think of a better guest to have with us on St. Patrick's Day. We're both wearing our green. This was not planned, but very festive. And as you know, I'll be having a briefing later at 1 o'clock, so we'll talk more about their meeting later. But he's going over to meet with some other administration officials. He's spending the day in Washington, D.C.
For sure.
So
I'm here to
it'll be
raise
fun.
the issues that people of Ireland face.
Yes.
You know, and it'll be music to the people of Ireland's ears, because never on the main stage has the issues the people of Ireland face been spoke. You know, our government has long since abandoned the voices of the people of Ireland, and it's high time that America is made aware of what is going on in Ireland. What is going on in Ireland is a travesty. Our government is the government of zero action with zero accountability. You know, our money is being spent on overseas issues that has nothing to do with the Irish people. The illegal immigration racket is running ravage on the country. There are rural towns in Ireland that have been overrun in one swoop, that have become a minority in one swoop. So issues need to be addressed, and the 40 million Irish Americans, as I said, need to hear this, because if not, there will be no place to come home and visit.
What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more British content.